balls.
We're recording.
Oh.
Welcome to the Coolio Moolio show, the only show on the internet that's live and so live. And we're live, but we're still live on a Saturday night. And right here tonight, we're live.
The joke's still funny.
So, for those of you who don't know, this is the Would You Rather podcast, or this is Coolio Moolio podcast, the only podcast. I don't know, man. Thaddeus does the intro. Basically, we're a Would You Rather podcast. You send us questions that, pertain to that Would You Rather idea. Would you rather jump off a duck or fight a duck? I don't know, whatever the kids are saying nowadays. Unfortunately, but also fortunately, is my guest, my usual co-host, is gone,
wow,
Thaddeus. But I got someone probably much more
better,
understanding and loving and beautiful. I want everyone. Let's get a round of applause for Adrienne Mayers.
That's not how you say my
John
name.
Mayers is his cousin. Fun fact.
Yeah, same person.
So usually, we have these like would you rather questions people send us, but unfortunately someone hates us, and you guys haven't really sent anything. I'm blaming Trump for this one, but it's cool. It's cool. How about you introduce yourself?
Oh, hi, it's Adrienne again, coming in live, coming hot, speeding bullet to heaven.
That's a Kid Cudi tape.
That is.
What'd you think of it? Did you listen to it?
No.
It's weird.
I don't care about the kid at Cudi. Cudi.
Kid Cudi was one of my favorite rappers back in the 2010s.
By that you mean you like that one song that everyone else liked?
No, I listened to Man on the Moon 1 and 2 religiously.
Damn.
Like I can recite that whole tape. And then he dropped Indica, and I was like, oh, this is bad. Broke my heart.
I never really liked him. Thought he was a phony.
What do you mean? Why?
I don't know.
He wasn't really depressed?
I feel like he wasn't depressed. Neither did he do drugs. He was just that's what the kids are into.
I think he was a big, druggy guy.
I don't know. I just didn't care for
He
it.
looked like a poser.
He looked like a poser.
No, I agree. He looked like that. No, he was one of my favorite artists, and I liked him because he was just so ethereal and spacey. He really during that time.
Pulling a dictionary.
Dichotomy. So reference
Call
political. When he broke out, his Day and Night tape, his Day and Night song was one of the biggest songs ever. But it didn't scratch the surface of how Pursuit of Happiness, yeah, that's when. So Pursuit of Happiness came out, and that's what really was that's Kid Cudi's sound. He's this big spacey guy with grand ideas, and his his space themes represented his character. He made big music, big galaxy substance music, and so I loved him. But then Indica came out, and he took it too far. Listen to Kendrick Lamar in 2008, 2009, and then listen to him now. There's a progression. You hear Kid Cudi, it's like a de-evolution. He was doing that whoa sad woes, and it was cool. But then the next tape was whoa, and it's you didn't do anything. Now you're doing it worse, and nothing new. So I don't know.
Fun fact: my mom loves the song "Pursuit of Happiness." And
beautiful
I should say
song.
Enough for you.
That's a beautiful song.
That's true.
Is it true?
How does she know?
I thought she was oh
yeah,
I know.
Oh, that's all she plays every day.
We also have, I don't know how to explain it. On our right, on our furthest of the corner,
we have one fan in the crowd tonight.
I'm sure you guys heard that raging.
You really heard that
raging woo. But we have Adrienne's Gurf. Can you introduce yourself?
I'm doing a Condi.
We obviously can't hear you.
I'm doing a Condi.
She's here. She's living it up. If you're those who don't know or not heard, her name's Serena. What's your last name? Condi?
Condi. Did you know she is a direct descendant of John Adams?
I knew that exactly. Right when I saw her, I was like, there it is.
Her mom's last name is Adams.
Wait, really?
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is a bit, and you guys are.
No, I swear to God.
No,
really?
legit.
That's pretty cool, right?
That is really cool, actually. I don't think I have.
John
any
Adams
religion.
doesn't have a real job. If you ever heard Hamilton.
No, I've
That's
never. I
thing
listened
in
to Hamilton once.
Yeah, second president, John Adams.
I don't like John Adams.
Called Alexander Hamilton a Creole bastard. Learned that from the
Hamilton play?
Yeah, that's from the play.
Yeah, let me ask you.
Fired him
I love Lin-Manuel Miranda for other reasons other than Hamilton. I'm not trying to be a hipster.
because he's from Puerto Rico.
I mean, yeah, that's cool.
Serena's also Puerto Rican.
So,
tread lightly. Don't talk about Lin-Manuel.
John Adams, Puerto Rican descendant.
Wait, that's so much. I have so many questions.
Not from the same side.
Okay, I was about to say, is John Adams Puerto Rican?
No.
He is, isn't he? And you're lying to me. John
No,
Adams
he's not.
is so Puerto Rican.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I forgot I was gonna say.
You don't like Hamilton.
Oh yeah, I don't not like him. I just think it's cool, but I didn't like grab my attention. I saw him in College Humor. He was in College Humor before. He was in a few vids, and I loved him in that. I was like, this guy's so funny. And then so seeing him now, I'm like, oh my god, that's crazy. But besides the point.
But don't talk crap about Hamilton in this household. I bought that $60 4 LP vinyl over there.
You bought a Hamilton LP vinyl.
Yes, all four, all of the songs.
The
40-something track album.
That sentence alone is so hipster.
Yeah,
I love it.
it's pretty good.
This is. I mean, if you guys ever get a chance, our viewers, listeners, if you get
Come
a
on
chance,
over.
come to Adrian's place.
Listen to
It's
the whole
pretty
thing.
vintage. It's
Is it vintage?
it's vintage.
Is
Like,
my place vintage?
you can look around. You'll see like a poster of Bob Dylan. There's
a painting
GameCube
made by a random person we
by a
found
random-
at Goodwill.
That's pretty vintage.
This one's by Nance over
How
here.
how vintage can you get? Exactly.
I wish I could get vintage.
What is vintage? Just old, right?
I guess.
Is
Old
that-
and old and cool.
Old and cool.
Old and hipster.
Yeah. Vintage is like a hipster thing, right?
I guess.
I don't know.
Vintage back in my day used to be you were poor. Now it's cool. Like I used to be
Back
I used to be ashamed when I had to go to Goodwill and buy shirts. You know what I mean?
I was just about to. That brings up like a really good point. Like, I remember Goodwill. The association was like gross, filthy.
Mhm.
Now it's like trendy.
And it pisses me off. I spent so many good years going to the Salvation Army.
And it paid off though, because you were ahead of the curve.
I was.
You were. I mean, to be fair, Tim Macklemore kind of ruined the whole thrift shop vibe, because it was like a meme at that point.
What?
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, we know. Everyone knows.
That Macklemore ruined it. Wait, did he ruin it or did he elevate it?
He elevated it so it could be ruined. See, it was hiding under a nice little niche of dirty kids and like McDonald's wrappers.
Yeah.
And then he brought it out into the light so it could get ran over by a car, by a scooter that he was riding on
That's
in
really
the video.
descriptive.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's jump into some questions. I mean, we don't have to stay on this because I have some few things we should talk about too. But just so people don't are like, hey, where are the questions at, B? I got you, fam. I got you. You ready for this one? This is a pretty good question. I just
Coming
pulled
back
this up
to
from the
that.
internet.
The Kid Cudi podcast. Here to
The
answer
only
questions.
So let me ask you. Adrienne, you can jump in too.
Yes,
Don't be
you
afraid.
got to come over here though to answer. No one's
Should,
gonna
though.
hear
You
you.
should-
over
you
there.
should join the-
Please join it.
I'll just talk loud.
My
I
fi-
have an opinion to add.
My friend listeners will hear your voice for once. They always just see you in the Toyota Corolla S. They never hear your voice. The woman behind the legend.
Maybe I should just keep it out.
The girl who nabbed such a prize fish over here.
she.
How did I?
They want to
Oh, I
know. They want to know
literally-
how you got me.
I literally thought she got a fish or something, and you were like talking about that.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, oh, tight. I didn't know you fish.
Okay, sorry. Question.
No, let's get. So, would you rather have a partner who has contrasting religious views as you or political views as you? So, I the reason I was really trying to bring you guys all up in this because I feel like this is perfect.
Okay.
Adrian's in here with his girth, and vice versa. Like, you guys might sugarcoat this answer or might not. I don't know, but I don't know. What do you think?
Disagree on either of those things.
Yeah.
Oh, you
so-
don't.
I'd probably say I think the closest to any sort of disagreement would probably be religion, which I'd rather have someone who I disagree with on religion because Serena's like a straight up like there's no such thing as God.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm like maybe.
So
it's
where
fine.
do you fall like on the religious spectrum?
Grew up, born and raised Catholic,
Are you still?
baptized, first
still
communionized,
baptized?
confirmed. I've been all of those things.
Yeah, same.
but I don't go to church. I don't really.
So you're agnostic?
I guess so. That seems like a floater answer, though. That's
Well,
the
yeah.
Philip DeFranco answer.
Yeah.
I remember hearing that back in the day. But, like, I don't know. I don't like the idea of organized religion, if I'm going to go with that sort of answer the kids want to hear. Because I don't know. I just feel like all of the, like, the Orthodox churches and shit like that, they all just want to be good people because they'll get rewarded. And I feel like that kind of turns me off to a lot of religions.
Well, you know what hit me?
Know what I mean?
What I found out recently, that the church, the Satanist church, they're not tax exempt. They're not. They don't get tax exempts.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
people asked them about that.
Scientology does.
Yeah, and
Okay.
people asked about that. They said that, like, why? And like the Church of or Satanism church. I don't know how to pin him, but
Church of Satan.
Church of Satan, is that? I don't want to like mispin them, but that's literally what they are, right?
Church of Satan.
They on Twitter they're like, yeah, like we don't expect to be like accepted. We don't think anyone would be exempted from taxes. And kind of like a big FU to like the big churches that are, because they don't necessarily do anything with that money other than put it into the church. That doesn't really.
Do they
aid
put
much
it
people.
into the church?
I mean, it's more of like they put it into the church that doesn't aid people. Because I've seen it. Like I've seen fathers get a pay raise, but like they're not furthering the community. They're not doing anything with it.
But really quick, shout out to my boy Father Greg.
Hey, shouts
Shout out
to
to
Father
my boy
Greg.
Father Greg.
Shouts to Father.
Sick dude. Saw him in the streets. I'd say what up.
You like him? Cool guy.
Yeah. Pastor or whatever.
So wait,
priest.
do you guys battle on that when
No, we
you're
don't
talking
give a
with
shit.
Serena?
Like,
So it's whatever.
It's not an issue because like it doesn't affect our daily life since neither of us are like straight up religious.
That's true.
But,
I
like,
think it would be
if-
different if you were Mormon and she
well,
wasn't.
yeah.
Right?
Well, but like, who would get in a relationship with a Mormon? Am I right? No, I'm just kidding.
I thought you were gonna be like, who would get in a relationship with such contrasting views? But then you pulled it left to go.
No, but like that'd be different because there is levels of like, oh yeah, she goes to church every Sunday and I get to hang out and like smoke weed and watch the football game. That's cool. But then there's levels of like, she legit thinks I'm going to burn in hell because I don't follow Jesus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a difference between those.
That
things.
makes sense. Like I met people with contrasting views like that, but
It's fine.
to answer my point of view, and also like kind of double on that, I rarely see people with political views who contrast and still make it work. Because political views, people love to say like, oh, it's just politics, but that really that defines you.
That seems like a good sitcom.
What, like it's like a conservative and a liberal under a house?
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, I think
Wasn't like The Odd Couple that? Or what show was it? We watched in like FTV 100B. What was the show where it was like the dad's
lit.
lit?
Wasn't that just we watched like
You
that
cannot
clip,
hear any
it
of
was
this.
like a Happy Family or something. That's not
Yeah.
what it's called.
It was one of those old like at the end of like the rural era of TV. I forgot what the show was.
was it the same premise though? Like,
It was something like that. All in the Family.
what is that?
Kind
All
of
in
like
the
that.
Family? What is that?
It was just like stupid shit.
One
like
guy's
that.
a conservative. The
Well, like,
wife
yeah.
is
It's political commentary.
It was
basically.
political comedy, but it was like just like well enough, which neither side seemed too characterized, but each side could see like, haha, they're making fun of the conservatives, haha, they're making fun of the liberals. It's beside the point.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no. But I think that like that's a good idea though. Like that's a good like, because I think if you put like a Mormon and like a Catholic under one roof, you're not gonna get that exciting of TV. You have to really push them. Where political views, it's just gonna come out. Someone's gonna say like goddamn immigrants, and someone's gonna be like, well, I'm a child of immigrant, and then bam, battle. You know what I mean?
I don't think I could deal with you. if you're
Jesus
like,
was an immigrant.
If you're like hardcore, like conservative.
Serena said that she couldn't handle Adrian if he was hardcore conservative.
I don't think I could handle.
Well, you guys both
myself.
follow like liberal, right? Like that's your political view, right?
Yeah, I'm a communist.
Communist.
I'm a straight
Serena?
I'm not a
commie.
communist, but.
I'm a
Serena said she's a
No,
communist.
I'm a straight.
She
socialist.
said, "Long live the revolution."
I'm a socialist until I'm above someone.
I think the beauty of politics though, and I love it. I love it because it gets more. It becomes misconstrued every day. Is that no one's Republican, no one's liberal. You fall like it's a spectrum. Like you might agree with abortion.
Yeah, on the spectrum, am I right, kids?
Yeah. But I think there's no. I hate that we like to be so definitive with who we are. We're humans.
That's
we
true.
want to classify things. Like we want to put it in a little nice little organization thing because that's who we are.
Like we're anthropologists.
We're anthropologists. Shouts to my anthropologist. Shouts to also real actual shout out. I have a professor who gave me a reference letter, and it's the most well thought out writing I've ever seen in my life, and it's about me, and it's like I just shout outs to that.
You know, I've always wondered about those. Like I've never received them. Like I've had people send them to people for me, but I've never gotten to read them, and I really wish I could have.
Yeah, she sent mine. Because I was asking for because I'm applying places and
like internships and stuff.
Yeah. There was a job at the Desert Museum. I was trying to be an educator there, and so I mean I'm still trying. I submitted it, and so we're gonna wait. But like, so I asked her. I was like, hey, this is super weird. Like I had you last year, and like me and her, we made a cool bond. Like I emailed her back and forth, and she's like, yeah, I'll write you a letter, and like it's really beautiful. She's like, Nicholas is hella tight. And I was just like tearing up reading it.
Wow.
Like,
Poetry.
That was beautiful. But
that's
cool.
cool.
Besides all that,
that's you. You getting good with your professors. You're an interesting, smart guy.
Fact of life.
You're
everyone.
someone they would want to be with.
Thanks, fam.
Teach,
Thanks,
learn.
fam. Dude, you just turned from fam to bae.
Oh
Thanks.
shit.
the thing is though, like, a fun tip for all you college kids out there: finesse your teacher. Like, get cool with them. Like, I emailed my I'm taking an anthropology class right now. I emailed my professor a video of lemurs getting their back scratched, and because we're talking about I think it's called oxy something. When you pet a primate, that chemical gets released, and we enjoy that sensation, and so. We were talking about that, and I coincidentally knew a video where like a lemur is telling people to pet him. Mm-hmm. So they pet him, and he's like losing his crap. It's a cute video. So I sent it to her, and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna show the class," and she gave me like extra credit points, like just on that alone. So just talk to your teach, like just talk to them.
Send them videos of people
honestly,
touching
like,
each other.
I mean, don't do that, but like talk to them. Like people are terrified of the professors, and if you're not good at academics like me, finesse them. Like get cool with them. I had a professor tell me not to write a paper. She's like, you're cool. You don't got to. I'm like, isn't it mandatory? And she's like, yeah.
Damn.
That's like...
You should not mention their name on the
No,
podcast.
I'm never going to mention Just come on, I trusted him. But yeah, finesse your professors. Just a good tip.
Finessifers.
Professionifers. Okay. So we agree religious views is the best.
Yeah, that's an easier one. Political views is like more like... deep-seated in personality, you know what I mean? It seems like
that's true. I mean, I'm not trying to be drastic. This is me painting broad strokes here, but like if you believe in something like a Trump's ideology, it's safe to assume you're kind of on the side of like a bigotry. I'm not saying all are like this. I'm just saying that if you're okay with condemning or going to condemning means like against, right? So if you're cool with condemning like football players on their knees, but you're hesitant to condemn Nazis, that's a little sketch.
On their knees.
You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Gay.
Got him.
Got him.
Well, yeah, you're born into religion. You're not born a Trump supporter.
Oh.
Well.
Got him.
Well, maybe.
Maybe.
Who knows?
I have a kid in my class.
Do you learn that in anthropology?
The Trump supporter is born. I had a kid in my class say like, "Oh man, if Hillary wins, the purge is gonna become a real thing."
That seems like a rational statement.
Yeah, he was a shit character, but like he said that, and like everyone starts asking him why, and he's like, "I don't know, because my dad said so." You never think you would meet these kind of people.
Just don't engage.
Yeah, I didn't jump in. I was like, no, this is obviously no one's gonna win.
I just laugh, and if they engage with me, it'd be different. But.
Yeah, and it's not a Trump supporter thing, because I'm sure like some liberals said the same thing. Like my parents are liberal, so I'm liberal. But
are they? My parents are conservative.
My parents are super liberal.
Super liberal?
Yeah. But we're conservative in front of my grandparents.
Mm.
My grandparents are pretty conservative.
My grandmother is very liberal.
Really?
And my parents are conservative.
Really?
Yeah.
That's usually because just like generation.
Well, my grandma's like a hippie though.
My mom's a big hippie. My mom has a tattoo of the sun on her back.
Damn.
And she's like, I wanted to name you River Tree. And I was like, I'm so thankful I had a dad. Like, you would have ruined my life. Serena, what are your parents? What do they fall under?
They're not conservative, but they're Republicans.
Oh, they're Republicans?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Oh.
I did not know that.
Oh.
Do they like...
I Actually, my dad's kind of the same.
Your dad's a psychopath.
My mom just like doesn't have opinions.
Her mom doesn't have opinions. That's more my parents. Like, if I told my parents, well, like, they used to care. Now, if I told my mom, I was like, yeah, vote for Hillary, she'd be like, okay.
They just don't care.
Not anymore.
My parents are actually. My mom said she would campaign for Elizabeth Warren.
That's fun.
She's
Pocahontas?
huge on it. Is that what Trump called her?
Yeah.
Why do you call her that? I don't.
Because she claims she's like 10% native or something.
Oh.
So it's a very good. Like, that's probably his best joke, I think.
Oh, that's good.
Like,
I hate when he makes me go like that. Goddamn. He made a when he said he would lock up Hillary during the debates. I was dying. I thought that was hilarious. I hate that guy, but goddamn is he
so funny.
He's good at nicknames. I realized that kind of late in the game, but he called Kim Jong Un Rocket Man.
Yeah, that's good.
And that was good.
Like a week ago.
That's really
good.
good.
And all his receptionists were called sugar tits,
Oh, don't say that, really.
No, I don't know.
I was about to say, like, don't.
That just makes sense. Yeah.
You know what's sad? I really hope I never get to this status of life, but like, when you say something about someone and instead of being like, Jim, really? They're like, oh yeah, I can see Jim doing that. Trump is kind of like that. Like, if you said, yeah, Trump said that Papua New Guinea is a terrible place filled with refugees, people would be like, oh yeah, that's Trump. What an idiot. You know what I mean? Like I don't want that status. I don't want that, like, oh god, Nick, like.
Yeah, people don't care about you enough to get that status.
That's a good point. I'm just kidding. I get 30 views.
30 views?
That's not a lot.
That's more views than I have. I have 1 view.
Do you...
Forward.
Oh. I didn't know you were into this. Okay. You ready for this next one?
No.
Okay. Then I won't ask it. You freaking racist.
Okay, I'm ready now.
Okay. Only be able to speak via a translator. Only speak when asked a question. I don't know why it sounded weird to me. Only speak when asked. Yeah, never mind. Sorry.
Nick, you first.
So, if I have to have a translator speak for me, I'm assuming that this scenario is like, I speak a language that no one understands, right? Like, this is just
except for the translator.
Yeah, like there's one person in the world. So, is he just following me around? Is he just new, or is it an electronic translator?
Do you have to hire him?
Yeah, like, is it a guy or is it like a device? Like, I'm just trying to pin it. What do you think? Should it be a device? Should it be a person? Like, we'll set the ground rules now.
Well, a device kind of defeats the purpose. I feel like the point of it being a translator is because they can skew your words.
Oh, okay. I see. Like,
because if you just have a fucking voice box, like, what's the difference?
I'm imagining, like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's the first one, because with this, you're right. Like, it's. It's just gonna be a longer hold on, blah blah blah, and then it says it for me.
Okay.
But like, so having a guy there or a chick, whoever's translating it, he's basically just following me around.
Yeah.
And I have to just tell him stuff and like.
I have an idea.
Oh.
This
Am
is.
I paying him?
No, but this is for the other side. I'm definitely going with speak when asked a question, because I'm interpreting this as, I'm silent. You say, what is the capital of Kentucky? And then I can answer that and keep talking till the conversation ends. So if you think of it as only speak when spoken to, you can just assume everyone's going to start a conversation with, "How are you?" And then you have a conversation.
Oh, but then you have to stop though. You have to.
No, you can just keep talking.
Well, like I'm like okay.
Also, people know you. They could just know to only ask you questions, otherwise you can't respond to them.
Yeah, like Serena, she only speaks when asked questions. Honestly, like legit, me, her, and friends will be like doing things, and then someone will I'll be talking to them, and then they'll just be like, "Oh yeah, what do you think, Serena?" She's like, "Yeah, it's cool."
The thing is, it scares me because what if I need to what if I need to ask you something urgent? Okay. I have to be like ask me something so I can ask you something. Like that's.
Well, because they'll just see you. What's wrong?
Oh, I see. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, Serena said unless you choke on something.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to speak anyway.
No, I'm saying
you're choking.
To choke on something, so they ask what's wrong.
Oh, you pretend. Oh, I see. So you pretend, and then they.
Or you could just sign language it.
Can I learn sign language? Okay, so with the translator though, like I think it's a nuisance because you're not going to have a guy there all the time. Unless you do, it's a magical force. You have some guy there. It's just that your words are never going to come out perfectly. Is that the problem? That like, I'm going to say I love you, and then if he translates something, he translates something more complex, right? Like I'm trying to say something about like, I don't know, like
don't launch the bombs. He said launch the bombs.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I was imagining like because languages like there's words that don't exist in one language to another, so you have to like make up something, and they're just like I don't know.
Schadenfreude.
Schadenfreude? What's that?
I don't remember. It's like something about like loving the pain of something or something.
But it doesn't exist in English.
Yeah, there's no like equivalent or things like that. Dumb shit like that.
You know what? In like boggles my mind. Early languages didn't have like I'm so gonna butcher this. Like I just remember seeing it in one of those like fun facts. I guess like a lot of early languages didn't have blue.
Blue, the color?
Yeah, like
Serena,
they didn't have the
thing?
language.
What?
Did you learn that in Latin? Fun fact: Serena is took Latin for like 8 years because she's a priest.
Did you really?
She took it for 2 years in college.
Well, 1 year in college, 1 year high school.
Okay.
What were you asking though?
Did Latin have a word for blue? Was that like a thing?
No, they didn't have blue.
So I was right. They didn't have blue.
No, they didn't have blue until I don't remember when. But like the Iliad and the Odyssey was studied.
Yeah. There's no reference of blue.
And there's no reference of blue.
Yeah. There's no reference of blue in that.
Oh yeah, I do know.
Which
that.
is weird because
That they didn't have blue.
the existence was there. It's just that it wasn't there.
Well, yeah, they like mention it as like purple or pink or something.
Yeah,
They mention the sky and shit like that.
To be fair, it's probably just like a linguistical problem. Like the blue never.
Also, okay, so I was listening to an episode of Radio Lab, and they were talking about like there's this guy from like the certain culture in the world now, who just doesn't have a word for blue still, and they showed him like 5 different things of green, and one was blue, and he said they were all the same color. But it's because they didn't have a word, they couldn't really connect the two together, even though they still saw both colors. They just didn't really connect it until they had a word for it. They also do the same thing like studying with like toddlers who are learning colors. They'll teach them everything except for blue, and they have like the same reaction to it.
See, that's wild. That's like, I'm sure there's like it's so like nuanced that like our primitive monkey minds can't like handle this. You know, like
We call him monkey.
like our I just like totally spit. Our we're just monkeys who don't understand like half the stuff that is brought forth, but we try to classify it. You know, like blue doesn't exist when you think about it. You know what I mean? Like red doesn't exist.
I think, therefore I am.
You know what I mean?
That's the thing. That I forgot who said that quote.
Jesus.
But like, yeah.
I think therefore
I
am.
think, therefore I am. So I know that I exist. I have no clue if you exist. I have no clue if anything.
You know,
else
I
exists.
was talking about this with my girlfriend, and I remember saying, you could literally be a serial killer, and I will never know until I see you do it. But until then, like, I'm just going by your word. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way to prove anything. There's no way to the solid ground
man.
because it also doesn't exist. Like that idea of its existence is thin, you know? Because we're just monkeys on a freaking rock that's just floating through space.
Wow.
Shout out to Father John Misty, which by the way I'm gonna try to see him this October.
Oh, I'm seeing him. Yeah, I'm seeing him.
Are you going?
It's on Wednesday. Yeah, next Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
You better get your tickets.
Alyssa. So this is what I think.
It was like $40-something a ticket.
That's why I'm not gonna buy it. Like I didn't want to buy it because I'm just dying for money right now. But Alyssa, I think she's trying to do something sneaky, and so I
Who's
might.
it?
It's my girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
And
I knew that.
But I don't know.
What's something sneaky? I don't know what that means.
Like she's gonna buy a ticket because I was like, oh, I can't afford it, and she's like, oh, and she looked at me, and you know that face people give you, like, I'm gonna buy that now, you know, and like, so I think she might do that. I don't know.
I hope she does. I'll see you there.
Are you guys for sure? Did you buy your tickets?
I have tickets. I've had tickets for like over a month, dude.
Oh, I want to see Father John Misty so much. Pure Comedy was my favorite album. I liked I Love You Honey Bear more, but Pure Comedy is just so damn good.
Yeah.
Like
I have both of those on vinyl.
You have I Love You Honey Bear on vinyl?
Yeah, it's right there. You see the pink one right there, like third of the way in?
Oh.
Yeah.
Can I touch it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna touch it.
You can touch it all you want. The Pure Comedy one's cooler though.
You do wait, what do you mean, like vinyl wise or like tape wise? What did you like more?
I like Honey Bear as like a full album.
Yeah.
But I think Pure Comedy has probably some of my favorite songs by him.
Yeah. I agree that like Things to Know for the Revolution, Pure Comedy, The Dying Man,
Leaving LA.
Leaving LA, those are just amazing. Like you can't top that. But then Chateau Lobby.
Well, just that whole album in a row. I know every word to every song on the album
Chateau
in a row.
Lobby, Husband, Ideal Husband. I Love You, Honey Bear.
Tillman came to
The
mind.
Night Josh Tillman came. Like those are just like songs. I'm like, oh girl, play that shit.
Girl. I like the first half of Fear Fun a lot.
I have never listened to Fear Fun.
Never.
And I'm a big.
We'll
I
listen to the
love Honey
first.
Bear.
We'll listen to the first.
Everyone
couple songs
tells
of
me
Fear Fun.
listen. So this is what I heard. My friend Sean told me to listen to. Was it Fear? What's it called? Fear Fun.
Fear Fun.
He said it's better than Pure Comedy and I Love You, Honey Bear.
No.
By far, he's like it's by far the best tape ever. Even from
No.
Josh Tillman's early career when he was in a band.
Those are bad. Well, like
Really?
no, when he was in the band is Fleet Foxes, like a
Fleet
major band in indie.
Yeah.
But he had his own. He had like 8 albums
Yeah,
as a
my
solo
friend-
as Jay Tillman. Yes.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then he was just a drummer on Fleet Foxes. He wasn't like.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's just a drummer.
The drummer, that happens all the time though now when I'm thinking about it. Like, isn't the drummer from Nirvana the singer from...
Yeah, Dave Grohl.
Yeah. I feel like as the drummers, like, they're in the back, like, plotting. They're like, I'm about to drop some crazy
Well, that's
stuff.
why he left Fleet Foxes, because it basically... Fleet Foxes is and will always be the creative project of the frontman, which is... I forgot his name. I can't think of it. I'll think of it in a minute. But it's always been his project, and everyone else in the band were just studio musicians.
Oh.
And that's why he left, because you can't... like
you can't do that.
You're not like a band if you're like... Or like same thing with Tame Impala. It's all Kevin Parker's music, and the band's just there to support him.
Oh.
Which is why a lot of bands have those issues.
Oh, that makes sense. Because, yeah, you're right. I love Tame Impala's.
Robin Pecknell is the name of the Fleet Foxes.
Fleet Foxes?
Yeah.
I've never heard any Fleet Fox songs. Maybe I have.
It's good. They're good, but
Really?
Father John Misty's way better.
Tame Impala, I can see that. See, that's the thing, though. Like, look at someone like Panic at the Disco. What's his name? The beautiful guy.
Brendon
Brendon
Urie.
He's easily just this fantastic. Oh, you have him. He's showing me his Father John Misty tickets, and
Row 24, seats 11 and 12. Pretty close up there.
if I don't go, I want you to send me as much videos as possible.
Okay. I don't really record it.
I want
I
you-
don't like to do that.
Just send
I'll
me
do it for you.
something.
I'll
Send
send
me
you
one
some.
picture. I just
Okay.
want to see his beard. I was watching him online,
Mhm.
his concert live, and his concert live online.
The KEXP one's really good.
I don't know. Maybe I saw that one.
It's just a live performance.
But it was so good. Like I'm watching it, and he's like losing his shit on stage, and I'm just like, yes. Like he's amazing. Love Josh. Shouts to Josh Tillman, man.
Jay Tills.
Shouts. One day I'll get him on the podcast. That's goal number
Serena
one.
actually bought me the I Love You Honey Bear vinyl.
Aww.
Yeah.
One of your first ones.
That was one of my first ones.
She said when she gave it to him, you guys can't hear, but she said when she gave it to him, she dropped on one knee, and she proposed. to him.
She put the vinyl on my finger.
She put it on his finger.
Oh my god.
She's actually crying right now as she's saying this. It's very beautiful. But no, that's crazy. Like, tell me if it's tight. Give me that.
You
Give me
gotta
that
go.
rating. I want to. Don't get me
Dude,
wrong.
I spent
But the thing
so
is,
much money. Oh, you want to know the exact cost of each ticket?
how much?
This makes me almost want to die just knowing. See, because I was supposed to go to. Have you ever heard of Sylvan Esso?
No.
Really like them. We were gonna go. Tickets were like $15,
Okay.
and we waited too late. They were sold out,
Oh.
and I was like, I'm not gonna do that because Father John Misty is in one of my top like 5 or so favorite people.
Exactly.
So I was
Same
like, I
thing.
have to do it.
Yeah.
And each ticket was $52.56.
Ooh, my heart.
Yeah, I know.
The thing is, there's artists who are worth that though, and honestly, I was gonna say it was worth it, but I'm in a dire need of a new computer. Like this computer's shutting down, so I just been investing into that computer.
That's smart.
But that's $300.
You're an adult. That's what it is. He'll come back.
I don't know, but that's
He already has another album written.
You know what gets
He'll
me
be
mad
back.
though? Think about this though. Like, I'm just gonna throw out artists out that, like, I would love to see them during this time.
Papa Roach.
Like Drake's "Take Care" when that album came out. That's one of my favorite albums of all time. He's never gonna perform those songs like he did when the album came out because he's promoting his next album or he's playing a majority of the songs from, like when think about it, like if I went to go see an artist like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of Panic at the Disco from 2005 to 2015 Panic at the Disco. That's a whole different band you're seeing.
Yeah, he doesn't have the eyeliner anymore.
Exactly. So you're not, when you see Panic at the Disco in 2015, you're not seeing Mona Lisa.
You're not seeing 5 in the afternoon.
No, you're seeing Death of a Bachelor. And so like
damn.
But no, and it's great. I love Death of I don't like old Panic at the Disco.
I'm just saying sick pull. Like I have no idea anything Panic at the Disco has done.
Really?
In the past like 5, 6, 7 years.
Oh, I mean,
I only know the old school.
I love new. I don't like.
Isn't
old
it just
Panic
now?
I don't.
It's not Panic at the Disco. It's just Panic! Exclamation point.
Yes and no, because
Gross.
when I look it up online, it's Panic. But when you go on Google Play, it's Panic at the Disco. So I hate names, by the way, for musicians. Just pick a goddamn name.
Yeah, just make
unless
your
you're
child
changing
nameless.
your whole sound. Like don't be like I'm P Diddy now.
Jefferson Starship, Jefferson Airplane.
Did he really do that?
No, it was Jefferson Airplane back in the day.
I don't know Jeffrey. I never heard of this guy.
It's not. It's just a band. It's
a
like
band.
a very famous band from like 60s, 70s,
Yeah, I don't know.
80s.
Like I like when David Bowie did something like that.
He never changed his name though.
Yeah.
Technically.
He was like, but he was a persona. I like that. He had a persona.
Aladdin Sane.
Are you guys
Ziggy
furries?
Stardust.
Are you into furries?
I am not a furry at any.
Let's see. Serena, furries?
Are we
What?
furries?
What's a furry?
Oh, you don't know what a furry is?
Wait.
Ooh.
Don't leave David Bowie. I love David Bowie. I
Oh, I
want
love
to talk
David
about
Bowie.
him at all
David
times.
Bowie a furry?
No,
I'm just saying. Like I said his persona, but then I also said his fursona. Do you know what a Wait, do you guys know what fursonas are?
I know.
Do you know what a furry is in their fursona?
Serena doesn't know what a furry is.
This is so tight. So a furry is
First reactions.
Is-
Furries.
yeah. What do you think a furry is?
Give me like a cultural, like what's the what in culture?
I identify as a furry.
Yeah, it's like a sexual thing. Nah, it's not
Well,
sexual.
they will get very mad at you.
If I say that, it's like a-
animals.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it becomes sexual at a point. So people will like wear the suits
I
and
feel like it's all sexual.
they get mad when you say that. They're like, no, that's one part of the community. Yeah, they get hella triggered. Yeah, I don't.
Dang. Serena's a Republican now. You just changed your whole views.
The thing is, furries aren't weird. I respect them. I'd rather have a furry than like a foot fetish guy. You know what I mean? I don't like feet.
Really?
Feet really bother me.
Really?
Feet really bother me. I don't know how
Wow.
people get down with feet. It freaks me out because they're like hands, but not. They're just.
That makes no sense.
Feet scare me.
I have to
I had
really put my foot down and disagree with you there.
Are you guys into feet?
Oh, I'm down with it. I don't care.
But like, that doesn't make. They're dressed like animals. Like it's bestiality.
Yeah.
I think that bestiality is better
Then feet.
foot sex.
No, it's not better. It's just if someone was like, "Can I suck your toes?" I'd be like, "No." But if someone was like, "Fuck me in a fursuit," I'd be like, "Alright, I guess."
That makes no sense to me.
I wouldn't mind
That
fucking
makes no
someone.
sense to me either.
weirder.
I mean, I don't want to. I'm not like out here looking to fuck someone in a fur. I'm not like making this a thing. Like, hey, I'm trying to fuck in a fursuit. It's just me. Like, if someone had gave me like a foot in a fursuit, I'd be like,
Really?
"Give me the fursuit."
You're crazy.
I don't like feet.
That shit's crazy.
Feet.
That
freak
better
me
be
out.
your would you rather when Thaddeus gets back.
Right, would you rather be a foot fetish guy or a fursona? And he'd be like, both. Thaddeus is such a furry. You know he's a furry.
Ew.
He gives me a furry vibe.
Furry vibe.
Shouts to Thaddeus.
Tatiana's probably a furry.
Yeah, I can see Tatiana being a furry.
No, she just wears the like tail clip on.
There was kids at my high school that would
I
wear
hated
those.
it.
There was
It's the worst thing ever.
They would walk around with tails, and I was like, "Why? What is this?" But at the same time, I'm like, "Yeah, do you?"
Yeah, do you? But like, it's funny. It's pretty funny. Like my cousin did it once, and I was like, "Oh, he came out." And I was like, "Just kidding."
He came out
No,
as like,
he
"Oh,
didn't.
a furry dude." I was
No,
like,
he just
"Yo."
wore one, and I was like, "Fun."
The thing is, like, I don't really like I can't I don't like talking crap about people in the sense of like their weird niche stuff.
I love
they
weird
like.
people.
The thing is, because I'm pretty weird. Like I've of course been in the bedroom with myself. I've done some crazy things, so like I always hold back on dissing peeps because I'm like, nah, dude, you've done some crazy shit. Like you can't, don't throw stones. Like what's that kettle? Like The pot.
The pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah, like I'm no better than like the feet guy.
Yeah, you fucking hypocrite.
so besides all of my sexual life,
I love you, David Bowie. Rest in peace.
Shouts to David Bowie, man.
I also have David Bowie vinyl over there. I got Black Star.
I think we all
and
can agree.
Legit black vinyl, everything.
Is that
I got an
Lazarus?
import of Black Star.
Really?
Yes, I got the British import of Black Star.
Did Lazarus make you cry? I think I
No.
asked this before.
No.
Did it make you cry? It made me cry.
It's a really good song.
I think the video more made me
The
cry.
video's really good.
For those of you who haven't seen it, David Bowie did a video before he passed away. One of his last music videos was called Lazarus, and it was a song about death. The whole tape was about death, right?
Yeah.
And so
Look up here. I'm
Yeah.
in heaven.
yeah, he's talking about being in heaven and like he dies. It's beautiful.
Got
It's like
stars that can be seen.
it's like too beautiful. It's like perfect.
I'm so high it makes my brain work.
You cried during that,
I
didn't
have
you?
nothing left to lose.
I cried. I was like watching it like this dude knew. He freaking knew he was gonna die. That's crazy. Who imagine being like, I'm gonna die. Time to record an album. Like that's powerful.
But he was sick first. It's not like he was like.
Yeah.
Like what was it?
That's
Was it cancer or something like that? Right?
I don't know.
Was he just like?
I think it's something like that.
I feel like, but like, so yeah, he knew he was sick.
Well, but also you can also look at the other side where supposedly he has said in interviews no, this isn't that kind of album, too. And people close to him say no, he wasn't making a death album.
Really?
A lot of people say that. Yeah, like there's no supported claim from like people close that say like this is my death album. But you know what I mean?
Changes the whole view of it.
But like that's also
It's weird though. But listen to the album.
yeah,
Like it did.
like
how did you
literally Black Star. The first song is basically about him transcending musician, transcending like movie star, transcending that and just becoming like an
entity.
yeah, like a fucking a figure. Like David Bowie.
Yeah.
Like not that rock star David Bowie, you know?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then Lazarus is obviously about dying and shit.
Yeah, like I feel like that's they're saying that. I don't know why they would say.
Girl Loves Me, where it says, "Where the fuck did Monday go?"
that.
Died on a Monday.
Yeah, I was about to say.
That's another one. And then there's like, "I Can't Give It All Away." Come on, man! It's a death album.
It's yeah. I don't.
There's
I
no
don't know
like.
why.
I don't know.
I think the music speaks for itself.
Well, obviously,
but then again,
you couldn't
like,
predict he died on a Monday, though.
No,
so that's not
that's pretty. I don't know. Maybe he was just like, tell everyone I died on a Monday. That'd be so wicked.
Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday.
But okay, so all that. Let's do another question while
Love
we
you, Bobo.
Love you, Bobo.
Debo.
Would you rather
My sexual identity is David Bowie.
Ziggy Stardust? Would you rather? Let's see. I have a few
dumb.
questions.
What?
I don't think those are so I'm pulling up some questions right
These
now.
are dumb.
And these aren't like equivalent. Like one's like have a fat guy stalk you, or would you rather have no hands? Like where's the equivalence?
No hands.
Man, these are stupid.
Play a game of Quidditch or take a field trip
I know,
to
like
something.
wait,
What? Hey Serena, you got a question?
Give a would you rather. It's
Me?
hitting
Yeah.
your mind.
Would you rather?
Would you rather? Wow, great dead air.
You didn't give me time.
We'll just talk while you
Okay,
think of it.
I'll think
Hurry,
of
hurry up, think of one.
Talk. Hurry.
Okay, we're back to talking.
What do you think about Korea?
Which one?
It's north.
Yeah. Do you, Kimmy?
Do you think we're gonna go to war?
No. There's no way. Think of North Korea as like a bratty child. There's nothing that they can do. They need our aid. They're just making
Yeah.
a fuss so they can get more shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, if anything happens, we won't even have to really do anything because China isn't gonna be a world player in terms of like war because they need the money. They're like a global
That's true.
financial superpower. They're not gonna start a war with anybody.
That's a good point.
And like obviously, if we just like randomly attack North Korea, they have to side with them.
That
But if
makes
North
sense.
Korea does some stupid shit, China's basically just gonna go in there swiftly, put in a puppet government, and then boom, they have like another territory.
Yeah, why didn't they just do that already though? Oh, do you think they need a reason?
They just one
Like politically speaking?
one like no one's like straight up invaded and took over another country in quite a while. Two, you kind of don't want to play with kids with their button on a nuke if
Makes
you don't
sense.
have to.
That makes sense. Yeah, like they want to like if it's like
Plus, it's a lot of effort to reintegrate people like that.
yeah, if you were to have I don't know Kimmy shoot a missile and then we reiterate, you know, we come up and retaliate. I mean, we China has that like okay we can just come in there and like beat the shit.
Yeah,
out of
South
Kimmy.
Korea's on the verge. We'll be there for support. Just let China have it. Fuck it. Like what? They're not gonna do anything. You know.
Yeah.
Like, plus they would not want us to have control of a country right beside them. Like,
That's a good point.
like shares a border with half of their country. They're not going to be all for that.
Yeah.
Especially since we already have like a political stronghold over something like South Korea. You know
That's
what I mean?
a good point.
It's not
well,
like,
Japan, South Korea.
Yeah,
like,
they're not gonna want.
We got too many to them. They're
Yeah.
like this is no bueno.
They're not going to want that.
So you don't see a war anytime soon.
There's not going to be like we're sending soldiers, boots on the ground, fighting North Koreans in the streets.
That'd be
Pyongyang.
interesting.
That's not happening.
I think that'd be so interesting to see what's gonna happen. Because will it even be a war? Or are we just gonna send nukes and just die?
No, they're not. They're never getting. No, there's no nukes are gonna go off from any country other than North Korea, at least for the next 30 years. Like, given our political climate, I don't think there's something like that
Why do you
will
say
happen. There's just no way that anybody would be all right with that.
Yeah. Because yeah, it's game over, right? You send one.
Literally,
nuke,
you
everyone
send a
dies.
nuke to someone,
It's
you
over.
just opened up the fucking floodgates for everyone to just be like, okay, I guess if we
Nuke
don't
time.
like someone, we can nuke them now.
Yeah, and it's just world.
Because we already did that once. We're the only like country who's successfully like fucking nuked someone else,
Yeah.
and that's like a black mark on our country. I think just the fact that we did that
Yeah.
in retaliation.
Well, it's funny.
And there's no way that we're gonna do.
I
it
read a
again.
book. This guy, he went to Japan, and he went to Japan. It was like a comedy book, just his adventures as being a statesman in Japan. But he spoke about he actually went there coincidentally during the time of they basically have a celebration of Hiroshima, and it's like a festival with candy and fun and he was sitting there like
Fireworks.
we bombed you guys, and they're just like yeah woo with like fireworks and stuff, and so of course it left a dent in their history, like many lives lost, and it's a dark cloud, but they celebrate it. And so he's like he didn't really bring something to the table that like oh this is why they celebrate. He just said this is what I witnessed. Why? I don't know. Someone answered for me, and I'm sure someone did, but like I think to them it's like I don't know.
Oh no!
It obviously left a mark, though. I mean, like the biggest one is like what happens when a radiation. Like I saw this in a Twitter post, but like what happens if when America makes a movie about radiation? You know, we create superheroes. What happens when Japan makes a radiation movie? You create monsters, Godzilla, and so there's some significance there, culturally speaking. But
fuck them up.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's always something that's like I've looked down upon in terms of like American war history.
Well, someone would. I think the rebuttal for some people would be because I've actually heard the counter was that well, Japan was sending gas bombs to California.
Yeah, supposedly they were floating like hydrogen bombs on fucking balloons and shit.
Yeah.
But okay, like you were also flying hydrogen bombs over all of their shit too.
Yeah.
Like Americans, yes, I understand. Obviously, we don't want a war in our country, but think of Britain at the time, fucking bombings nightly.
Yeah.
Someone floated a bomb over to us, and that gives us the right to fucking decimate an entire population.
I see completely. Like, I mean, to be fair, like I'm just trying to justify. Like, it's nuance, right? So like, no one's right, no one's wrong.
No one's right.
Everyone's right in their own respective.
Everyone's wrong. No.
Like they were like I mean it I remember talking to a guy he was actually a part of the Air Force, and he was telling me like we were going off a battle about like how civilians are getting killed in Syria, and he's like, well, some civilians have to die for war, and it's like that's a little weird to say. Like, I get it. It's war. It's nuance. Like, some lives will be lost, and at the hands of us, it's out of our hands, basically. But it's not out of the hands of the government who are bombing them, right? Like, you would think, like, I get it. War is nuanced. Lives are lost. There's no right or wrong. But it's hard to compare when we're dropping bombs like crazy. You know, the States is dropping bombs like Crayola. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like Crayolas.
This got so political, and I'm so sorry.
I don't know. It's just American, like, war culture is so interesting because, like, we have not had, like, foreign soldiers on our soil in, like, a real sense since
it's got to be
the
like,
fucking revolution.
Yeah.
You know, like, you can't even say that like the rebellion was an opposing
Star
force.
Wars.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Death Star. But and then, like, Japan bombing Hawaii, I feel like that doesn't count as, like, a attack on, like, our soil.
How did the world? Honestly, I'm trying to picture World War II.
Mm-hmm.
Were we on Japan's islands shooting them out?
No, we were in.
Like, I feel like it was just, like, different mutual.
Think of it as the same way of, like, when we have, like, 8 battleships chilling in Guam. Like, that would make anyone uneasy. Because why do you have these, like, basically war machines hovering around our country? Because you're not hit by anybody else.
Yeah.
Like, you're in the middle of the fucking water.
Yeah.
Right by Japan.
Yeah.
And they took that as, like,
Yeah.
an offense. Like, so they tried to get the jump. Because obviously, if you get the jump, you get rid of a bunch of those battleships.
That's true.
You have a chance.
That was their.
Well, because what's
their,
called?
What's it called? What's the Pearl Harbor?
Yeah. So, like, at the same time that those troops bombed Pearl Harbor, boom, right then and there, Guam was being attacked next day.
Yeah.
People on all those islands in the Pacific, fucking, they were on us.
Yeah.
They were ready to start all that because they wanted to try and fucking wipe our Western, like, naval forces out. To get if they got the jump, they could do something.
Yeah.
Because they had a navy, obviously, but they didn't have, like, a large navy like ours. Because no one does. Because we have, like, I think it's like 80 times
aircraft. Yeah, we have, like, well, I mean, our budget alone, we have the biggest budget of military across all countries.
Hell, we probably
combined.
have more budget than half of these countries have, just, like, in government funds.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Probably.
Like 90% at least.
We have, I think, 8 aircraft carriers or something like that. Like those big aircraft carriers where, like, countries have 2. We have 8. Most countries have, like, 1 maybe. We have 8. We owned the majority of those, and it's insanity to think. But hey, you know, it's like that old saying: you come at the king, you best miss.
You best not miss.
You best not miss.
Yeah. Which is what happened in Pearl Harbor.
But that's the thing. Like we've. I'm not agreeing with our budget. I think that we would have a better society if we put a lot more money into education, a lot more money into health. But hey, you know, fuck me right. The thing is, when you become such a, because the States, everyone hates us. Everyone's like, hey,
got him.
It's like this. Like, dolphins are not. This is gonna be a hell stretch of an analogy, but, like, dolphins are not on the endangered list for a reason, because they're smart enough to see that we will, like, destroy their humanity, so they play along. They go, hey, we're all cool, and then on the side they mess with dumber animals. So I'm not saying other countries are dumb. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they're aware that, hey, we have all these weapons and we can fight pretty efficiently, and so everyone's, like, hates us, but, like, mutual, like, hey, I fucking hate the United States.
Well, think of us like it's everything is just one big game of civilization.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've played that game before.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can choose to have a military victory.
That's
You
true.
can choose to have a cultural victory, and we're kind of winning both right now. Not gonna lie.
We put a lot of points in our skill
Because
tree.
I know a couple kids out in East London who dab. I don't know what I'm
Jesus
talking
Christ.
about. You know what I mean?
No, but you're right. You're
like,
right.
If I did read something this morning about, like, how a lot of British people, like, British English, like, that sort of language has basically devolved to just straight up American English because of all the TVs and movies.
It makes sense.
So
It makes sense a lot. Like,
basically taken over like at least a good portion of the.
Well, have you seen
Western
have you seen that video showing like the Trumps around the world? All these politicians and political figures lately trying to be the Trump of their place, and it's like, oh wow, we really do have the biggest impact in the world. Like the States is powerful.
Well, like Angela Merkel lost like 15 points in the re-election, so these like far right people, she won by like 70% still, but just the fact that the other parties are gaining is not good. Or like France, like Macron won by like a little bit, and that lady was insane. Yeah, her dad's fucking the head of like the white power movement.
They called her the Trump of France. To be fair, though, that lady, the German lady,
Angela Merkel,
my
girl, the head, the leader of Western civilization.
I like her. I think she's a genius. She's easily the best politician in the world. What is she, like a freaking like an engineer, right? She's like a mechanical engineer. She's beyond ingenious. She can run circles around me. I think she's still backwards though. She's like against gay marriage. She's like she has some like really conservative ideas.
That's why Justin Trudeau. Who also has a lot of mistakes.
You know what pisses me off about Trudeau? Which, mark my words, I actually
the Canadian Kennedy.
Yeah, he's smart. I like Trudeau as a person, and then politically, I'm very, like iffy about him. But mark my words, he's gonna lose to a Sikh Canadian.
Damn.
I think he's gonna lose to this guy. I've been following this guy. He's a real contender. He's basically Trudeau tenfold, because also he's huge on Instagram and the Snapchat. He's like a youngin' dude.
Gross.
But like his name is like something. He's like this Sikh dude. Really nice guy though, but like he's super liberal. And he's very like anti-Trudeau because he's like, you're not liberal enough. For good reason. Like
the Bernie Sanders.
I think Bernie Sanders can take it. I think he can. He's gonna come back.
I don't know.
2020 is going to be interesting.
Raul Grijalva for president.
Dude, didn't he get arrested?
Raul?
Grijalva.
No, when?
The senator, right? Or senator?
When? He's a congressman, but...
He got arrested.
When?
Like a week ago.
For what?
Protesting a Trump thing.
Good.
I guess he like went to the Trump Tower. Like
Grijalva's cool as fuck.
I know him personally.
You do? Mm-hmm. Can I be his friend?
He's nice. I have my problems with him. He's very like he started with great roots, but then he's kind of like now like a corporate Democrat. From what I've heard,
he's friends with Bernie.
Politically speaking, I heard he's pretty good, but from what I've heard from like low key stuff, he's like a corporate Democrat, and I don't like that.
Don't you have to be?
I mean, yeah, but Bernie isn't.
Can't win at the game unless you play at the game.
Like I get I don't know. I get iffy on him because I think he's nice. Like that's actually, true. Fun fact, we all knew him. I guess like a family member knew him, and so he was just kind of like in the hood. Like he knows the hood, and so he basically like we asked him, hey, can you put these rocks here because people are loitering around and like spraying like they bring their trucks onto people's lawns. There's like these. This happened. It was like in 2000. These kids like there's like this little driveway where kids play at this park, and people just bike there, and like it was a cute little thing, and people would come in their trucks and like party there and chill. And so our family was like, "Hey, Grijalva, can you put some like those like little fence thingies like or not those like cylinder thingies that stop cars from driving into like parks and shit,
yeah, like all over the school."
Exactly. So they put that there, and it was like. I think it was like a week, and he got it done. He's like, "Oh, I got you," and he put it in really nice. So he's a really nice guy. Like he'll listen, he'll hear people out, and he just wants to make the community better. But he's a Democrat. What you get from Democrats and politicians in general is money. So.
But that's like 90% of their job.
That's the thing though. Like that's
which is shitty. But
I'm not justifying them, but I also. Not giving them full crap because like you hear like congressmen I think that like 90% of their job is like
winning the next
for their next election. Like that's weird. That's a weird political system, but yeah,
it's trash. Everything's trash. True. I love everybody, and I just want to see the best for a country, which is why I can criticize a country.
True.
Because I want it to be better, and I know it can be better.
True. Our existence though is like really weird. We shouldn't be here. Like we're just a bunch of monkeys. I'm gonna keep saying it. We're just a bunch of monkeys. We just monkeys who
From a cave to a city to a permanent party. Come on.
Oh.
Oh.
Shouts.
Serena laughed.
Okay. So, yeah.
Did you think of a question?
I feel like I had one.
I feel like I had one. What? I'm trying to let
Would you rather never be able to speak again or speak every single thing that you think?
We've
basically what I do at all times. I'm not gonna lie.
That one before?
We've asked something similar, but I really like this. So, never be able to speak, or be able to speak but never not stop speaking, right? Like,
Or
No, just like
your
everything
machine.
that comes to you, you have to say.
Yeah.
Which I have no filter, so pretty much I can do that. I'll be fine.
I talk shit about people.
Oh, I talk shit about people to their face too, so
I can't.
I'll just
I'm pretty
learn to not hate
two-facey.
people. Are you?
Yeah, I'm a
Oh,
politician.
I am too.
I'm trying to be a politician
That's
when I get
true.
older.
I can see that. Are you?
Yeah.
Straight up politician?
I want to be president.
Anthropolitician?
I want to be a president. Like, I think I can do it.
You know what Trump did? What Hillary was supposed to do for little girls?
Mhm.
See her on there? That could be me. That's what Trump did for me.
That's what he did for me.
He
I was
said,
like, he
I can go make movies and then be president still.
Exactly. But honestly, like I saw, I not Trump, but like I saw this.
That's my
this
favorite joke. I say that all the time.
I feel like I've heard that before.
I probably said it to you before. I think it's a really good joke.
That's a good joke.
That's like my opener when I do my 15
Nice
minutes.
to meet you. My name's Adrienne.
And
Trump made me want to be president.
Okay, sorry, I cut you off.
No, but yeah, like I'm too two-faced. But at the same time, if I don't say anything, then you're gonna be like, what the hell's with this mute? You know, like, I guess the second one. I don't want to say everything that comes to mind because I think of some crazy shit. Like, I'll be walking behind a girl and I'm like, nice ass. I don't say that. You can't. You
I
get
think
killed.
that after a while, you would eventually stop thinking things. The
Oh.
same way you stop saying things.
Yeah, that's a good
I
point.
think maybe you'd filter your own mind.
You would. So you
Whoa.
wouldn't know. That's so deep. Serena was saying that like you wouldn't. There become a point like if you do choose the second one that you're gonna not think of the stuff you're gonna say. You're just kind of filtering that in that own sense. That's so meta though. Like.
Whoa.
So what do you think?
Obviously the second one.
Second one.
I
I
don't
choose
give a
second
shit.
one. Serena.
The second one.
Yeah.
Wow, great question.
That was a great question.
I'm sorry.
What? No, don't be sorry.
I was
Like that's a
kidding.
great question. That was the best question ever. Serena, that was amazing. Thank you.
Thanks.
You're the best.
I appreciate you.
John Adams was a cool guy.
John Adams
I don't know about
doesn't
that. You
have
never
a real
job.
job. There you
All right, so we're at our hour mark. I think we're gonna wrap it up.
go. Are we?
We're at that 102. Any shouts you want to give? Any plugs you want to plug in?
Oh yeah. I know nobody cares, but my
Okay.
friend Dan made a film a while back, and I edited it, and we're gonna play it at the First Friday Shorts next week. Next Friday, October 5th, I think, at the Loft, 9:30 p.m.
Okay.
Come on down. Don't boo it. Thanks. Appreciate you. Bye.
Okay. The Loft at what time again? Sorry.
9:30 p.m. First Friday Shorts.
9:30 p.m. First Friday Shorts.
Yeah. Go up there and don't say gong.
Don't say gong.
Don't gong it.
I've never been to those shows.
God, you have to go.
They said they're fun, but the thing is, I don't like the idea behind it. I don't like booing someone's film.
Well, it's
Like,
not like that. Okay.
They put it up
You don't-
there because they know it could easily be booed off.
Really?
That's the
Like,
reason.
people do shit on purpose to get booed off, you know?
I don't know. Like, I'm imagining some guy put his heart into this thing, and,
And
just like,
no, you would not boo
"Boo."
it. Like, if someone... Like, this guy put up this... It was so bad. But it was, like, a veteran who, like, had PTSD and his dog died, so he's
It was
gonna
the
kill
worst
himself.
thing ever,
But
one
nobody
booed
said a
off.
word. Because you knew this guy
Oh,
cared.
He
Like
rich-
the stupid
They
ones.
they
That
boo
makes
off the
sense.
teenagers who draw cartoons of like people masturbating.
Okay,
That's what
okay,
they-
I'm cool with that then. See, my thing is like, okay, if that movie was terrible, that bet one, at least they respected that.
Or
it was,
like there was these kids like last month. And it was bad. Like it was just obviously they were trying to make an artsy little film and stuff. Nobody booed them because they're kids just trying to do stuff. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like it may seem like a rough culture.
Documentaries, like, don't get booed.
The documentaries don't get
Filmed
booed.
Like an iPhone, but documentaries usually make it.
It's just it's a culture thing, but it depends on the month. Because some months you can get a little group of assholes who are drunk and just
See
yell,
that's
yell
what
at
I'm
shit.
fearful of because I don't
But
wanna
it's
see my
not
movie.
the majority of the crowd is not that. It's people who like movies and like people who made stuff in Tucson. Like, hey, I've been to that park. Like, oh, that's cool.
I see,
like,
I see.
hey, I'm working on something. I want to meet this guy. I want him to help me, or things like that. So it's mainly a positive environment. But if you're like me and see someone who's better than you, you kind of get depressed.
You're just like, I'm gonna boo him.
No.
This fucking sucks.
You find a reason to be like, oh, it sucked.
You can see the lighting. It was terrible there.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll check you out there. Any plugs you want to plug, Serena?
Serena, plug.
You have beautiful hair, by the way.
Thanks.
I'm digging it.
Listen to my new album.
Listen to her new album.
It's called Mold.
It's called Mold. Is it on Google Play?
Nope.
It's not on Google Play. You can only get it at
You can
Zeta?
only get it if you
Zia's?
come to our house.
Yeah, you can only get
I'll
it.
give you an exclusive copy.
Here, you heard it here,
I've
guys.
never even heard it.
You've never heard her album?
You'll hear it here first.
Alright, Coolio Moolio. Get Serena's album. Check out Adrienne's short film. Short film, right? Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like 12, 13 minutes long.
It's 12, 13 minutes long. Also, send in questions. CoolioMoolioShow@gmail.com. I don't have any more plugs, so I'm going to just, give it off to everyone. But I want to thank you for being on the show, young Adrienne, young Serena. I want to thank you guys for letting me record here. I want to give a shout outs to Bones from the show Bones. And, yeah.
Temperance?
Watch the show. It's the best show ever.
Serena says it's the best show ever.
It's not good.
Adrienne says it's not good. So, with that in mind, thank you guys so much. Love you all. Keep it real. Have a safe week, you beautiful mofos. And
Coolio Moolio.
Coolio Moolio.
Is that the
that's the sign off. Coolio Moolio. No, play me. Adrienne, play me a beat.
Wicked mold is great. Mold is the best.
Ooh.
It's on my bread and on my breast.
Peace.